Welcome back to Trade Wins Tactics Ogre Reborn. There are a couple of triggers for dialogue. One is, I believe, after Endorse's 4th turn, he will talk to Denim. We've seen that one. Another is after we killed lots of enemies, he will talk to Ozma. Unfortunately, we're off to a bad start since we had to use the wand on Denim. That'll cost us. My hope is to get the Ozma and Endorse dialogue only, and then defeat him before he talks to Denim. Because I don't want to skip the dialogue, and then there's going to look like there's this giant cut in the middle of the battle. And I don't want it to play either. But if I had to pick between those two evils, we'll just let it play. However, if I can defeat enough Templar to make Ozma and Endorse talk for Endorse's 4th turn, that would be the best. This is my second take. Come on, Denon.
Enjoying your time afield, Ozma? Tell me which you prefer, this or the Dark Nights?
What am I to make of that? That you wish to desert Los Lorien?
A slave does not bear the burden of choice. I serve at the Dark Knight's pleasure.
I'm glad you know your place. You are Sir Lancelot's man now, body and soul. There is no future for you or your people that he does not command.
Spoken like a true daughter of House Glacius. My people are fortunate to have such fine figures watching over them.
This is Endorse's third turn. Okay, we have Endorse here and Denim here. You are not anywhere in this chain of events, Fairy. I want to kill him, so we'll cast a regular Thunder Flare, which will do some damage, as long as that doesn't crit him out of existence. Good. That is just fine. And he will still get to move before Endorse's next turn. So I think this is it. I think this will work just fine, even though I didn't get a Meditate for the first turn. Because now Ozma will have a rebuttal, and then I can defeat Endorse before he gets his fourth move.
Ah, you play the part of the tragic prince, and well. Closing your eyes when it suits your purposes, always a caustic word on your lips. It was never about your people, was it? It's about you.
The Nildam were doomed from the start. Once the invasion had begun, there was nothing I could have done to stop it. Yet though my homeland has perished, I defend her people to this day.
A convenient stance, to be sure. What possible quality did I see in you, Andorus? 'Tis a mystery to me now.
And to think Balsaphon wants to marry this woman. Or perhaps it is only that he wants to marry a daughter of House Glacius.
Oh, yes. A shame our union was not to be. And far be it from me to inconvenience my family. But my presence here is an ill omen for anyone looking to House Glacius for help. I'm sure you understand.
Enough of this. I've done my duty to Lotus here.
Ah, I hope you're not thinking of leaving.
I admire your spirit, boy. Can't wait to see what happens once you take Barnicia.
What? You think this is a game?
Okay, that went really well for all the dialogue I wanted. Since there's so many voice lines, the hardest part will be trying to keep the enemy alive. Vice has one stack of Palace of the Dead charms in him. That's roughly 30 per attribute, though there are no magic charms that drop from the Palace of the Dead in this version of the game. Still, I would say he roughly equates into a level 60 soldier. Yeah, go and shoot at the zombie knight.
It's him! I'd know him anywhere!
Something you want to say to me, boy?
Denim! He's the dog who led the attack on Goliath!
You're certain?
I watched as he butchered our friends, as he slew my father!
Ah, the drunk's whelp! If you miss your father, I'll send you to join him!
A courtesy I thought to offer you. You contend with me in this life, and my father in the next!
Not enough to kill anybody. Why is there so little on this guy? Oh, it's probably phalanx. We'll plop him right in front of Barbas.
I have a score to settle with you from Rhyme.
Rhyme? Ah, yes. You failed to defend her, as I recall, Knight. How are you with your other ladies? You must disappoint them as well.
I'd be more worried about my own fortunes and love were I you. When I'm finished with you, the ladies would barely know you for a man, let alone a knight.
What have we here? The Dark Knight who assaulted Rhyme, slaughtering innocents by the score! What have you done with Lancelot? What have you done with my brother?
The High Champion's your brother now, is he?
Quiet, you!
A bird's place is in the stew pot, not the battlefield.
I'll pick your eyes out for that!
Now yours is a familiar frame. Where was that? Odd. You'd think such a pockmarked pisswater face would leave a stronger impression.
Zenobian, why aren't you dead yet?
Oh, because your jester of a brother is a terrible swordsman. Where is your facile friend today?
Martim? You speak of Martim. So you're the knight who begged for your life at the point of his sword.
Do you repeat every lie you're told in this fashion? By my honor, if you know what that is, 'twas your fool of a friend who cried mercy.
A fine tale. May it keep you company in your grave.
Now here's a stroke of luck. Finding the courtyard in your hands, Barbas. Of all our knights commander, I always considered you least worthy of the title.
Do you think to rout me with those cheap parlor tricks of yours, Ozma?
Brute force? Is that all you understand? Perhaps it's time I versed you in the higher arts.
Such pride for a woman. Especially one who leans upon her family name so. Nothing a good beating won't remedy.
Fortunately, he had his turn right before she did, so it's going to be a full RT bar before he gets his dialogue, which should be the last dialogue of the match. And we're starting to run low on Templars to keep my AI busy.
I wonder what Oz would think were he to see you now. His beloved sister, a traitor. No, a flighty wench, run off to another man.
My brother's memory is no fodder for your japes.
I'm surprised. I was convinced you'd forgotten all about your brother. After all, you seem to have fallen in quite readily with his murderers.
I warn you, Barbas.
No, thank me, for I will reunite you with your brother. You can ask him how he rests yourself.
Alright, that's the dialogue. Another good battle.
I find myself needing to depart. I suppose I have a good excuse at least.
Wait, Barbas!
I do not leave the field eagerly, but I admit we are outmatched. Kashua, we return to Heim. This decrepit castle crumbles around us.
No! I've had my fill of flight!
Kashua, no!
Sister! sister, hear me. You are deceived. They care nothing about restoring your throne. They seek a relic left by the Dynast King. Only one of Dorgalua's blood can help them grasp it. They're using you!
Do not lend him your ear, Kashua. Think on how you've been betrayed by King Dorgalua, Abuna Prancet, even your brother. That's right, your dear brother betrayed you. Have you forgotten your pain so soon?
So they serve their own ends. What of it? It is a fact of life and war that men use others. Even as I will use them to defeat you. At least here I know I am needed. Perhaps even by you, Denham.
I figured he couldn't hit anybody on the left because of the pillar, but I kind of hoped he might be able to hit the guy in the ledge in the front.
I need no eyes to know who stands before me, Tartaros.
Oberon, the finest swordsman Lothlorien ever produced. I'm glad the loss of your sight has not diminished your skill. Our convictions may have been at odds, but I was sorry to lose you all the same.
At odds or not, I was dismayed by your little purge. It is the act of a blunt instrument. Yes, the nobles write laws to fatten their bellies, all the while telling the people all they did is for them, the very picture of corruption. But this, to change so much so quickly, invites suffering.
There was no other way. We sound well when we speak of a republic, but look at the commons. They are sluggards, dull to an extreme. They are moved to support only that which benefits their fortunes, comfort, or offspring, and nothing requiring sacrifice. Now, should we blame the few ignoble nobility who seek to profit from this sorry state of affairs? Hardly. I ask you, who chooses the senators? Who commits laws to parchment? Corruption does not flow downstream. It is a rot that rises from the barrel's bottom. The mob ruled Lodus, and the mob leans not towards self-betterment. Our uprising showed them that change had come, but more importantly, it taught them where to kneel.
And so you took not only their freedom, but any hope they could imagine a better world with it. How can you raise a people's station in life when you crush them beneath your boots?
Ozma, so you truly have turned your sword against Lodus and Lothlorien?
I do not intend to make enemies of either. I have merely lost faith in you, High Champion.
You are wrong to blame me for what became of Oberon. That is between him and his house. And you. I always thought well of you, Ozma. Never resting on the laurels you were born to. A bold spirit you had. Deep love for your homeland. And a true desire for reform. Pity.
Oberon may see things differently than you in Balsaphon, but that is no reason to cast him aside. You talk about rescuing Lodus from rot, but how can you inspire revolution when you fail to inspire your own kin? I cannot see a future in the way you deceive and rule others with fear. Fear the Dark Knights Lothlorien have well earned. I am ashamed. I thought that by bloodying my hands, I might seize justice. But it was a lie.
A surprising thing for you to say, given all you've done. But if you insist on playing the winsome lass, play on. Only know this. I do not seek justice. No. Justice follows in my wake. Progress is bought with blood. Wait for revolution, and it will never come.
Vices should be the last dialogue, and he's in position.
Why join them, Kashua? Have you forgotten what they did to Goliath?
I am Visalia, daughter of the Dynast King. The Kashua you knew is no more. I stand with the Dark Knights to end this war.
This war began when they came to these islands. You really think they will help you end it? Even if they do, they'll not let Valeria free of their clutches. We must win our own freedom, else it means nothing. Don't you see, Kashua? They are using you.
I'll not deny it. Do as you feel you must. Can you not trust me to do the same?
This is no question of trust, Kashua. You may well be a princess. You may even end this war. But a darkness grows within you.
What would you know of it?
Okay. Let's see if we can finish this before... Wow, that is no damage whatsoever. I guess it would have worked out if Vice didn't get devolved. That's really not much damage at all, is it?
Your machinations end here, Lancelot. Accept defeat and release my sister.
Release her? She's with us of her own accord. And who are you to demand anything of the monarch of Valeria?
You brought war with you when you came to these isles. Valeria needs you not at all, and my sister needs you even less.
We cannot hold against such force. We must withdraw.
What? And leave me here?
Perhaps I should kill her now. The turmoil would only make it easier to assail these wretched islands, and make ruling them a far more difficult proposition. No. We must trust you, Kashua. For now. Forgive me, Kashua. May the Empress watch over you.
Coward!
She'll be saved in the third playthrough. We are going to head over to Port Amish to pick up Azostan. For completionist's sake, and so that Denim can fulfill Azostan's last wish, we'll complete the Pirate's Graveyard.
I'm taking the field, and I don't give a farthing what you have to say about it. Not shy, are you, boy? Some ideas are best kept to yourself. Lee, you've been drinking the bilge, boy?
I'm impressed the old man made it all the way out here alone. I've been hearing tales about the dread pirate Azostan since I was playing with wooden swords. To think I would one day stand shoulder to shoulder with the Ogre Reborn himself.
Earn your keep, mercenary boy. If you've time for gabbing, you've time for stabbing.
You're not the captain of me, old man.
Then we'll go and return to Heim. We'll use Ozma to pick up a couple more voice lines in the city itself. We'll also collect Lindo and Gamp from northeast of Heim, but there's no need to include that footage since everything plays out exactly the same. I didn't find any dialogue with having Ozma in the middle gate, but there is extra dialogue for the left and right gates.
Ozma of Lothlorien. Could it be? What is she doing with those rebels? Lord Tartaros remains at His Excellency's side, does he not? Or has Lotus betrayed us?
I wanted to bring in Yunin and Ocean, but there doesn't seem to be any dialogue, even though the Wormcaller target leader talks about being the only survivor from Vask.
A Lothlorien knight marches with the Resistance, and a commander no less. Has Lotus betrayed us?
Next, we head to the Hanging Gardens to chase down the remaining Dark Knights.
Cease this, Andorus. You are finished.
How can you be so certain? You know as well as I what lies hidden in these gardens. A miracle is before me, and I will not pass up my chance to claim it.
Clinging to miracles is ever a sign of weakness. I have seen what good can come from perseverance and adherence to principle. Give up your miracle and stand on your own feet, Andorus.
Ha! Green as a spring morn. I cannot understand how someone of your quality ever made it into the Order.
You find fault with me. With such fine nobles in House Neildam, it's no wonder your people suffer.
You have it wrong, Ozma. It is you who will suffer.
We also have new subscriber warriors in the form of Hawkman Fire Rune Fencer Tam, named after Trânminh Tam. Hawkman Lightning Rune Fencer Kevinal, named after Kevin E.L. Hawkman Air Rune Fencer Destro, named after MisterDestro. Female Zombie Dragoon Irving, named after Irving Kevin G. And female Earth Witch Minh, named after Minh Hai Chun.
The tone of your skin, the line of your jaw. A bull mocking?
A winged from Zenobia. You can only be Canopus.
I'm surprised to see a Bullmarkin slave at the head of a Dark Knight army. Your bearing marks you as a member of the Neildam royal house, or what's left of it. Lotus brought ruin on your kingdom, yet here you are, serving them on bended knee.
What of it?
Do you bear no loyalty for your fatherland? How can you fight beside those who destroyed your home? How can you aid them as they visit their sins upon another?
A fine speech, Canopus. The same one you delivered to Gilbald when Peshawal fell? How amusing. I think I'm growing to like you, Birdman.
So that's the way of it. You fancy yourself in Gilbald's place. You pretend yourself a slave to protect your people. The very people whom Lotus holds hostage.
Ha! It's you who's taken with wild fancies. Your guilt over Gilbald clouds your thoughts.
You mean to say your allegiance to Lotus is heartfelt?
You have me exact. I care nothing for my fatherland. I spare not a thought for my people. It is fortune who brought down our royal house, already decaying from within. Slavery is a fitting bounty for the people of Neildam.
Rotten to the core, you! A fool I was to look on you and see Gilbold.
Then you should have no qualms about fighting me, eh?
Barbas, Martin! Heed sense and flee with your lives.
The traitor speaks, when she would do better to flee. When we lead you back to Lotus in chains, it will not go easy for you.
It's you who've betrayed the Empire. I am come to restore Lothlorien, to turn it from the treacherous path Balsaphon embarked upon. But you have eyes only for wealth and power.
Aren't you forgetting something? It was the High Champion who sought to conceal Dorgaloa's legacy. We seek only to claim the treasure of the Chaos Gate for the glory of Lodis.
The lie falls easily from your lips, but I will not believe it. The Dark Knights ought never have allowed your filth to sully their ranks.
It is your guilt speaks, woman. The name of House Glacius may curry favor back home, but it means nothing here. You should have stayed at home and married some rich old nobleman, if any would have you.
It's time you paid for what you did in Goliath.
And you're going to collect? You're welcome to try.
Don't waste your words on this one, Martin. He's only Denham's lapdog. Hear how he barks for his master.
Maybe I am just a dog, but I'm here, standing before you. Are you man enough to face me? I'll tear out your throat with my bare teeth.
A rabid cur at that. All the better. We fight.
Other dialogue that will appear is if we bring Ozma to fight the Dark Knights in Coda 3.
Ozma? I thought you were in Heim with the High Champion.
I overestimated you, Martin. I believed you above such senseless slaughter. You are a disgrace to the Knights Lothlorien.
They had to be taught a lesson. A kneeling man cannot raise an army. You see, we fight that there may be peace.
Peace? You are the disease that eats at Lodis.
And you're the chirurgeon to cut away the putrid flesh? When your blood waters the earth, remember it was you who brought this on yourself, traitorous she-wolf!
Perhaps I am too long away from the front lines after all. No, there's something different about these warriors. I feel it in my bones. This is not the rank and file of Almorica that stands before me.
It's not like you Dark Knights to show weakness.
Weakness? No. It is all too seldom that I find a worthy foe on these cursed shores. I welcome a challenge.
Careful what you wish for.
Ozma, I thought you leagues from here.
Lancelot was a fool to entrust command to you. A simple beast, consumed with insatiable bloodlust. There is no leash can chain a dog gone rabid.
What are you on about? Stay out of my way, woman!
No, Barbas. Your madness must end here.
You have more fire than I would have credited you, Ozma. When the holy night falls, I'll carve you next.
In the next episode, which will be the season finale, we will complete Coda 4. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins Tactics Ogre Reborn.